I want you to close your eyes for a second. Imagine the most iconic image in the history of pop culture. You know the one. A golden cornfield in Kansas. A warm, yellow sun. A kindly couple holding a baby wrapped in a red blanket. It's the ultimate image of safety. It tells us that no matter how powerful Superman gets, he's just a nice guy from the Midwest. Now, open your eyes. Take that memory and burn it. In the absolute universe, the cornfield is gone. The farmhouse is gone. The kindly parents, they aren't coming. Look at the screen. That isn't a hero soaking up the sun. That is a young man standing in a crater, surrounded by the debris of a dead civilization, wearing a suit he stitched together from trash. This is the absolute universe. And the first thing you need to understand about this version of Kal-El is that he isn't defined by the powers he has. He is defined by everything that was stolen from him. To understand why the Superman is so broken, we have to go back to the beginning. And I don't mean Kansas. I mean Krypton. In almost every version of the story we've grown up with, Krypton's destruction is a natural disaster. The core becomes unstable, the planet explodes. It's a tragedy, sure, but it's an accident. It's nature taking its course. But in the absolute universe, Krypton didn't just die. It was murdered. This is the first major hook the writers are using to mess with us. In this timeline, the system, the cosmic hierarchy, influenced by Darkseid's energy, saw that the Kryptonians were evolving. They were becoming too powerful, too enlightened. The villains in this book actually refer to Krypton as a Lazarus planet. Think about what that implies. Lazarus means resurrection. It means ascension. The Kryptonians were on the verge of becoming gods. So, the system sent the peacemakers to wipe them out. Kal-El's parents weren't just scientists calmly putting a baby in a rocket. They were the last resistance fighters in a war they had already lost. They didn't send Clark to Earth to be a savior. They sent him here to be a refugee, a survivor. This changes his entire DNA. He doesn't carry the hope of his people. He carries their trauma. But the real heartbreak, the thing that actually makes this story darker than anything we've seen in years, happens when the rocket lands. We all rely on the Kent factor. We assume that if baby Superman lands, Jonathan and Martha will find him. It's the one constant in the multiverse. But in the absolute universe, luck is a weapon used against heroes. The Darkseid energy that chokes this reality essentially ensures that good things don't happen by accident. So, when the ship crashes, nobody comes. Maybe the Kents died years ago. Maybe they never existed. The comic doesn't tell us yet, and honestly, it doesn't matter. The result is the same. Imagine a young Clark Kent having to figure out his powers with no moral compass. No one to tell him, you have to hide this. No one to tell him, use this to help people. He had to raise himself in the dirt. We see flashbacks of him lifting massive steel girders not to save a bus, but just to build a shelter so he doesn't freeze to death. He scavenges for metal. He eats scraps. This is the underdog narrative pushed to the extreme. He isn't a god living among men. He is a ghost haunting the ruins. And you can see this history written all over his character design. This is where the visual storytelling gets incredible. Look at his suit. It's not spandex. It's not bioarmor made by a crystal computer. It looks like it was made in a garage. You can see the rough stitching. You can see the dust ingrained in the fibers. And that cape, it's not a royal tapestry flowing in the wind. It's a heavy, tattered blanket. It looks like it's weighed down by ash. They call him the hobo Superman for a reason. He looks like a brawler. When he fights, he doesn't stand with his chest out, hands on his hips. He fights dirty. He keeps his head down. He protects his vitals. This is the body language of someone who grew up getting beaten up. It tells us that even with all his power, he learned the hard way that he isn't invincible. But the scariest detail? It's the eyes. In the main timeline, Superman is a solar battery. He soaks up the yellow sun. But look at the sky in these panels. The atmosphere of absolute Earth is thicker. The sun can't get through. So, this Superman isn't fully charged. He is starving. Every time those eyes glow red, every time he uses his heat vision, He isn't just releasing excess energy, he is burning through a limited reserve. He is literally burning himself alive to fight. It adds a layer of desperation to every battle. He can't afford to play nice. He has to end fights quickly, or he runs out of fuel. So, why doesn't he try to find a family now? Why is he so isolated? It's not because he is an edgelord. It's because of the peacemakers in this universe. The villains aren't guys in colorful costumes robbing banks. The villain is the infrastructure. The peacemakers are drones sent by the system to purge anomalies. And Superman? He is the ultimate anomaly. He is the last survivor of a race that was supposed to be extinct. If he gets close to anyone, if he makes a friend, if he falls in love, the system targets them. He stays alone to protect the innocent. He is a lightning rod for the universe's hatred. This recontextualizes everything we know about the character. We are so used to Superman being the big blue Boy Scout. We're used to him having a fortress of solitude and a loving wife and a dog. But Absolute Superman asks a terrifying question. Is he still a hero if you take all of that away? If you strip him naked, throw him in the dirt, kill his parents, and hunt him like an animal, is the Superman still in there? And the answer, beautifully, is yes. Even without the Kents, even without the lessons on morality, he still stands between the monster and the weak. He still takes the punch. It proves that heroism isn't something he was taught. It's something that is in his DNA. It's a spark that even the absolute universe couldn't snuff out. He is a glitch in their matrix. He is the one variable they couldn't calculate, and that makes him the most dangerous and the most interesting Superman we have had in 20 years. What do you guys think? Does this tragic backstory make you like him more, or do you miss the classic version? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to know why the Wonder Woman of this universe carries a giant buster sword and rides a skeleton horse, make sure you click the video on your screen right now. This is the hidden panel, and remember, the truth is always in the margins. I'll catch you guys in the next one.